Hey there, my Quilty friends. In today's video, I've got something really exciting. We're going to be unboxing the brand new AccuQuilt GO Bolt Electric. Now, I've never had an electric AccuQuilt, and this is a brand new machine that's just been released in October. So let's take a look inside and see what we think. So this is a true unboxing. I have not opened it up yet to even have a sneak peek. I have cut it so I'm not making a mess trying to open it up in front of you. And the first thing we have is our manual. I'm guessing that tells us everything we need to know. We have a cutting mat, and we've got one cutting mat that measures 6 inches by 6 inches. We have, I'm guessing this is a power supply. Yes, it is a power supply. And we have one die. It is for a 4.5 inches block. And then we have a little card here. Remember, when you get an AccuQuilt and you get a die, it does come with a free pattern, and that's showing you how to make a 4-patch pattern, making a finished 9-inch block. So we get that. Then we've got some packaging. And then we have our GO bolt in here. Let's see. There we go. Isn't that exciting, guys? So I'm just going to cut to the next scene and get rid of all the rubbish here. Okay, so I've plugged the power in. I've got my GO bolt here. It's got a handle, a nice sturdy handle. It's actually pretty light. It's lighter than I expected. And then the power is here to plug it in. So let's plug it in. And then we've got a green button here to turn it on. And we've got a green light come on. So I guess that's it. I'm going to have to just quickly read the manual to make sure I'm going to show you the proper way to use this machine. So it's really straightforward. I'm going to open up this die, which I'm not going to do a gracious job of doing. I never do. Get rid of the rubbish. So remember, we've got that little card to add to our collection of little patterns for each of the blocks. We've got our die, and with the lighter part is the size of the square that it's going to cut, and we want to make sure our fabric comes past that. And then we get our little mat that will fit right on top just perfectly. So let me quickly find some fabric, and then let's give this new cutting machine a whirl, shall we? So I've cut my fabric. Now it can cut up to 4 layers depending on what type of fabric you're using, and for quilting cotton it can in fact cut the full 4 layers. Now our block is a 5-inch block and it's 4.5 inches finished. So I've just made sure that my fabric is a little bit bigger than that 5 inches. I'm going to place them on top and make sure that they are covering the lighter grey part. We want them to come past the dark grey foam there. And then when I'm happy, I'm just going to place my mat on top, and now we're going to try it. So it's on already. Oh, I think it's turned off because I've taken too long. So I'm just going to turn it back on. It's good to know that it does have a timeout system, because I would leave it on all the time. And now we're just going to place it in there. I just gave it a gentle push and it's doing it for me. It's come out the other end. Let's take a look, shall we? So I'm just going to remove my mat. And then we can remove the excess, and we can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 perfectly cut 5-inch blocks. Isn't that just so cool? Now it can actually take 2 dies at a time on either side, up to 5 inches each. So there is an accessory you can get. It's called the GO Bolt die catcher. Now you can buy these separately, or you can buy them with the machine, like as a package. But let me just open this up and show you what this is. So it's like a little stand, that sounded very Australian, that we can put either in front of our machine or at the back of our machine. So you could have one either at the front or the back, and it's kind of getting caught up on the power cord. I'm sorry. Can you see that? So it can either go at the front or the back, or you could buy two so you can have one at the front and one at the back. And it's just a die catcher. So when you're popping in your die, it's all level as you're going in. And I'm guessing this would be super handy, especially if you're going to be cutting two dies at the same time. It would just help you make sure they're going in nice and straight and then coming out the other end and not falling on the table, especially if you're like a bit of an AccuQuilt pro and you're cutting lots of things and doing lots of things at one time. I think these might be really handy. But something else that's pretty cool is if we flip it over to the back, it's actually where we can store our power cord. So I don't know if you're anything like me, those power cords get lost, and then when you find them, you don't know what they're for. But this way you can store your power cable in here, and you're going to know exactly what it's for because it's with your AccuQuilt die catcher. Isn't that kind of cool? Anyway, do you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to spend the rest of my night cutting fabric because this is just so fun and addictive. And I can think of the perfect thing for this 5-inch square cutter that then is 4.5 inches once it's finished. And that's a puff quilt. So if you're looking at making one of those trending puff quilts right now for those teenage girls in your life, this would be absolutely perfect to cut all those squares. So I hope you enjoyed the unboxing of the AccuQuilt GO Bolt Electric Cutter. Now during the unboxing, I think I might have got the size wrong for the die. It was actually 5 inches and it finishes off at 4.5. Now you can go online and download a pattern and idea book to use the new GO Bolt with the 5-inch cutter. And it has a pattern for 2 quilts, a table runner, a pillow, and a wall hanging. So it's packed with value. So if you do buy one, make sure you pop over there and grab a copy of that. And if you'd like to know more, I'll put all the links down below. But for me, now you're going to find me cutting because this machine is so much fun. I can't wait to cut up all my fabric.